Just to share a little bit of the dynamic, it's amicable as it can be, you know? Like, obviously, like, a breakup is never fun.
Oh,
Hinge, Bumble, and all that stuff is where people are going in order to have a serious relationship. Let's do our jobs. Hi guys, welcome to CounterPoints. My name's Connor. I'm a science fiction, politics, and philosophy nerd, a Marine Corps and law enforcement veteran. I would argue a real Republican, and I try to be a rhino, a Republican with honesty, integrity, nuance, and objectives. And today, I got a special amount of brain damage for you. I got Mr. Hassan Piker, essayed by Kilotonics. Kilotonics effectively went through all of his critics, and he showed how...
back and neck support? Well, I mean, like, no, that's fine. I'm just not low enough because I'm like, I don't know, like, is it just the way that I sleep? Like, my posture?
Ethan Klein, Cameron F305, Willie Mac Show, Tectone, Nux Taku, and Nicholas DiOrio were either bad people or they did very poor coverage of Hassan and of Ethan Klein. Like, for surprise, you clicked on this video here. Mainstream basis, American imperialism.
I just want to get to it.
Infinitely worse, not infinitely worse. They did substantial.
She goes, stop, don't, stop. And then she doesn't really want.
It's as amicable as it can be for a wife who discovers her husband's goon folder labeled food sloppy. You know, the crazy thing about that is that could entirely be possible. You could still dig up my OnlyFans. So theoretically speaking, I don't think this is the case at all, but like, thanks for the $5 though. Okay. Oh my God.
Onyx, my hyperbole, my Hinge, Bumble, and all that stuff is where people are going in order to have a serious relationship.
I came here to say thank you.
Wait, why? No, thank you.
Fucking dude. What?
For supporting Teddy Fresh so much.
Thank you for the big baggy pants. I love them so much. Oh my God.
Well,
I just want to get to the part where he begins talking about it.
Fucking mean. But at least it's kind of funny. So somebody said, oh, Destiny's going live. Half the fucking chat disappears. Yeah, but you know what's funny about that? Is fucking, so let's say we were at 80. So we'll probably drop down to like 65, 60 to 70, somewhere in there, you know, since Destiny's live. But then what's going to happen is like people are going to start creeping back in because they're going to realize that the motherfucker, like, unless he's like straight up doing content right off the bat, right off the rip, he's like, I'm doing this debate, or I'm reacting to this thing, or I'm going over the court case, or I'm doing this. Like, if he rolls right into
Is he making this content? I don't know.
I stay pretty. But if he just fucking like...
Is he really getting divorced? Yeah.
Sits there clicking around silently on like video games and fucking like half-ass talks to people in Discord or whatever, then like half of the people who leave us, half of them come back. So somewhere around 60 to 70. Yes, exactly. So like for me, it is funny. Like obviously I get a little ass mad because I want people to love me. I wish you all had the parasocial fucking love that Diminish Darknut's love scares me because he's like, I love you. You're so hot. I want to kiss your face. And I'm like, okay, bud. Like we're creeping into the level of like parasociality where maybe this is getting a little bit too intense and I might get murdered and flayed alive. And therefore I'm worried about my long-term well-being. But I do on some degree wish everybody loved me as much as Diminished Darknut did. That way, when
I feel really bad for him. He just seems like a lonely guy. No? He just seems like a lonely guy. For me personally, I don't really need that many people in my life. Like, I'm not that kind of person, right? Like, I'm not that kind of person where I need a lot of people in my life to feel like people I actually connect with. I don't mean people who are my fans or whatever. I mean people who are actually like, I view as like, oh yeah, well, we can actually connect and stuff, right? Like, I don't need that many people like that. As long as I have at least one person or two people to talk to, I think I'm fine, but yeah.
The liberal streamer went live, my numbers were fucking rock solid because fuck those other streamers, you know, but that's not the way of the world. So
bro, he doesn't sound okay, man.
It is what it is.
Sounds like he's sad.
So all of us can kiss your face. No, that's pile people talk. Stop pile people talking me. Bud123 says, can I get some constructive criticism on my Hinge profile? Absolutely. Post it to the Discord. I've gotten no likes since I made it yesterday.
Well, this isn't just a breakup, right? This is a divorce. You're just going to be reminded of the divorce every single time you have to sign a paper. It's devastating. Like people Kermit themselves a lot over shit like this. Yeah.
Might have given it some time. I'm going to tell you, let's just say that I've discussed dating websites with some people, and
Okay.
Tinder is the dating website that has everybody on it, and therefore and I'll tell you, these are the stats that I was told, okay? Hinge is where Hinge, Bumble, and all that stuff is where people are going in order to have a serious relationship. So your chances of getting a serious relationship out of it are better on those places. But since they're female initiated, it's gonna be tough. Like, you are just gonna like swipe forever.
It's probably working out again. I mean, like, if there's anything, honestly, if you divorce, if you break up or something like that, I think that the best way to handle something like that is to better yourself. I think that picking up therapy in order, if you don't know like proper grieving methods, like not knowing how to grieve is like a big flaw. I think that you need to learn how to mentally control yourself, right? Discipline yourself. Not in the sense of like, oh well, you have to be a manly man and man it up. No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like actually like knowing the strategies that professionals use, right? Why did his wife leave? I don't know. He's about to explain it.
And then you're going to get like one swipe back on you. And it's going to be a chick that, like, no offense to the chicks, but it's going to be a chick that you would have never considered dating because she's not in your physical league. And so it's
okay, when you put it like that, it's kind of weird. Like, I don't like typically like, okay, that's a little weird to say, whatever.
It's gonna take a long time for someone who you view.
Okay, all right. Well, let me give an intro, okay? Fuck it. I'll give an intro, okay? So Connor, CounterPoints, Destiny, one of Destiny's orbiters, okay? This guy hates me. He calls me a PDF, but whatever, okay? Regardless of not, he is going through a divorce, okay? I feel kind of bad for him, okay? With that being said, do I actually care about his feelings? Not really in the end, considering how he doesn't care about mine. So personally speaking, yeah, honestly, fuck him. However, on a human-to-human basis, you know, these things are going to be really rough. So, you know, I'm typically a pretty empathetic person. So I have no idea what this is going to be out. I saw all the anti-fans covering it, and I told myself that I wouldn't let the anti-fans be the only narrative that people will see, okay? Because if Steven's not covering it, probably out of respect because Connor's his friend, or when I'm not Connor's friend, so I don't give a fuck, okay? But like, but if the anti-fans are covering it, then I think I should throw my hat in at this point, okay? Because again, like, they can't be the only narrative that is out there. So I think that I should probably go about this fairly as well. So yeah, that's my take. Okay, good luck. In his defense, the whole internet calls you a pedo bit. Yeah, but you have to keep in mind that CounterPoints is like especially fixated on me. Like he is honed in. Okay, he is honed in on me. Okay.
As somebody who
I remember back then when he would say his wife would be mad at him whenever he would cover Foodshops allegations and Destiny's allegations too. Yes, yeah. So that was a thing, okay? Like his wife would yell at him in the background because like he was I'm not joking, because he would cover my allegations and my drama and shit, and it's just so stupid, man.
is like physically in your league to swipe on you on the serious dating websites, because the women are inundated with males looking for their attention, and they're effectively looking for a serious partner or a husband. And so as a result, the fucking
It's kind of crazy that this dude's ex-wife knows about food. Well, I mean, that's not surprising because CounterPoint's wife is looped in this circle. Like, CounterPoint's wife is looped in on all of this drama. She's active on Twitter, blah, 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 right? You caused 2 divorces now? Yeah, I'm sorry.
the swipe things are gonna be tough. Okay.
I mean, is it? I don't think it's that tough. You just swipe, like, yeah.
Can I hit y'all with a bombshell?
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna ask Christian Valeris, can I hit y'all with a personal bombshell? Should I hit y'all with a personal bombshell?
No, sure, go for it.
I'm kind of cringing because I'm worried about what you guys are gonna say.
I want it. I'm a slop enjoyer. Is CounterPoints getting divorced for real? Yes, for real. Yes. Here, I'll add for real in the title, so then it's for real, okay? Good luck.
But you know me, honesty is the best policy.
He is pretty honest.
No,
I'll say that.
don't bomb us. Okay, hold on. Let's see what the answer.
I'm wearing my Vote Democrat scarf today, okay? Vote Democrat, vote.org. Well, Democrat, okay? That's what I'm wearing.
Just come in. If you guys say no, oh God, get congressional approval. Don't say it. Do it. Depends on the bomb. I want to know your secrets. How
Oh,
personal?
boy.
I don't need sizes. My heart isn't ready. Opening the relationship? No. Give me your secrets. All right, guys, I should just do it. I should
Oh,
do it.
no.
Fuck it. Honesty, integrity, right?
Oh, no.
Honesty, integrity. So I'm going to totally fuck up the segment in order to hit you with the personal bombshell. So
Dude, I promise you, CounterPoints, there is literally no need for you to talk about this in public, okay? This is literally nobody else's business. But if you want to talk about it in public, okay, then everything that comes after is your fault, okay? Because if you do talk about this in public, just know that right now all the anti-fans are making fun of you, okay, for getting divorced, all right? So, yeah, I mean, like, again, this is your problem now, okay? Like, if you're the one who's making this, and also your wife, ex-wife, okay, is somebody who is in these spaces, okay? So you could be subjecting her to some degree of harm, who knows, okay? But, you know, you could also say that you don't give a fuck about her anymore, but regardless or not, like, you know, this is just something to consider, okay? Good luck.
fuck it. Let's just do it. So I think that I represented myself as a wife guy, and I think I am a wife guy, okay?
Okay.
So
You don't have to say that.
I love past tense, which I know is going to scare you.
Oh, boy.
I loved having a family. I love my kids actively. I still love Mrs. Points. But what happened was in September, we hit a rocky part of the relationship. Okay. And it's a myriad of things. It's this job. It's online politics. It's me getting to work from home. It's
Wait, what?
some of the trauma from being in law enforcement. It's some of the trauma from, you know, her meeting me after the military. It's the way that we were raising our kids. It's the way that I express myself. All this kind of stuff. Yep. Some of you guys are already...
Okay, now you're just kind of setting us up, man. Like, not to say that, like, stereotypes, like, not to say about the stereotypes or whatever, about, like, you know, cops, but, like, you're really not helping. Like, you're really not helping, man. Like, I'm sure they're not true, I think.
I guess.
But
So
you're really not helping,
we
man.
hit the rocks in September, and we were on the rocks
Okay.
for a while. And then I actually did not see this coming, but in February she hit me with papers, which sucks. Okay, I
does
wasn't
suck.
happy about it, but just being real from my perspective. Okay, I left law enforcement for her because she asked me to. Okay.
Wait, why? Wait, why? Is it
Listen,
because
I'd be
she's
lying if there wasn't
shit.
an M2F that I wouldn't go crazy style on.
Digital ground game register praise be the shops of food.
Zerk, thank you so much for the $10. I appreciate that. Safety, maybe? Yes, I think so. I think that might be a safety thing. Because of vengeful criminals who got out of prison or something, maybe taking revenge, or maybe because she feared for his life. So it could be any reason. Like there's multiple reasons. It could also be mental health. So it could also be that, like, seeing a lover go through like anxiety and fear and whatever is just never pleasant. So, and that's probably also like really hard to handle. So it could be multiple reasons. I have no idea. Okay, I'm just speculating here. You know.
So in 2019, she said, hey, like, law enforcement is fucking us up. You need to leave the job because it's destroying us.
Oh.
And so I left law enforcement for her, which was like a very big deal to me.
Yeah.
But there was like a lot
Yeah.
of energy around that incident. And I'm pretty sure if you talk to her too.
Wait, what? Why was it fucking you up, I guess? It must be a really common issue, right? It must be a really common thing for law enforcement couples to go through hurdles like this. It must be, right? I mean, there's a reason why these memes exist in the first place, right? Like that's my assumption. I have to assume that like there's a reason why these memes make sense. And I think that the memes are that, unless he was bringing his work home.
She would say that I articulated to her multiple times, like, she would acknowledge how big of a sacrifice that was.
Yikes.
But I don't feel like that actually resonated in behavior, because effectively I took a career. I've told you guys how difficult law enforcement was.
I mean, dude, okay, if you're asking somebody to leave their career behind to be together, that's like I feel like that's already a fuck up in the first place, right? I feel like that's already a massive fuck up in the first place, because like, why would you end up with somebody who doesn't appreciate like the stuff that you do, I guess, unless the issues behind the career are so damaging that you offered an ultimatum or something. But then by that time, if you're offering up ultimatums, maybe the relationship is going to be over anyway. Because by the time that you start offering up ultimatums, it's over. Like it's, well, not that it's over, but it's close to over. Okay. Because I know that Hunter Biden is still with his wife, and like Hunter Biden's wife was like literally like locking him up in order to keep him from accessing the drugs. But somehow they still stuck together. But they really shouldn't be together, like in the middle, right? Like obviously, like there could be a 50-50 chance that he never makes it out of there. But the thing is that like, you know, you should never feel obligated to stay like that. Like, yeah. But I also understand that, you know, people will preach about relationships online and talk about relationships and try to offer advice and stuff like that. But I promise you that everyone is like a hypocrite when it comes to their own relationships, including me. Okay. Like I will say like very common sense things. But then I think that when it really comes down to love and emotions and stuff like that, I think that your own personal judgment can be totally fucked up and warped, right? Because like what I remember was Destiny essentially trying to ask Melina to come back to him, right? Oh yeah, I still love you. Please come back to me. Like I would still accept her back into my life, despite like the fact that they were way past the point of like it was so clear that it's over. But like it's yeah, I mean like again, like he would give himself advice that is contrary to what he chose to do, right? So yeah, I don't know. I think with this kind of stuff, you know, I think you just gotta make mistakes and learn yourself. I think other people telling you can only go so far. But I think that you being able to make your own choices and like suffer the consequences of your own choices is part of growing and learning, because without failure you can never grow, right? Like you have to learn how to fail first, right? In order to succeed.
It's a job that I loved but didn't love me back, and I basically burned it for her.
Okay.
But that wasn't enough to salvage the relationship. And so we made it, you know, for 6 years.
I mean that's sad. I mean that's kind of sad, but at the same time, like, okay, now that he is airing this out in the open, I want to hear her side. I think we deserve to hear her side. If you're going to be airing out this dirty laundry, that's fine, okay? But just don't be surprised if people start trying to ask Mrs. Points about, you know, about the shit, right? Because she is also active on Twitter. She is still like whatever. Like just don't be surprised if people start asking her, okay? She's free to say no, but like you are airing this out, okay? And you are saying stuff that could be and you are saying stuff that is painting her in the light where, oh, maybe she isn't too appreciative of you leaving your job, right? If you leave your job because of her, okay, and you're painting it like that, okay, and you're not like you're not talking about the things that you're doing that are essentially like whatever, and you're saying that, oh yeah, she was being unappreciative, like in my opinion, you're painting her in a kind of a bad light. You are, okay? Like, I'm sorry. You're doing it in a very nice way, but you are. And like, it's, yeah.
I would say we were together for 15 years. I was loyal, dutiful.
15 years is really rough, man. 15 years is really rough, man.
To one woman for 15 years. And I don't regret.
You're going to throw away most things away for your partner. It's going to be something that will be used in a way against you, however. It'll just be read differently from the clown shitting on their ex. No, I don't know if I agree with that. I think that ideally speaking, I think that compromise is always a part of relationships, but you shouldn't be compromising a major career over a relationship, typically speaking, unless you're really pushed to the brink, right? Like this is a very, very extreme situation. Did they have a kid? Yeah, they did. They had multiple kids. Yeah. So, you know, that's going to be a whole thing. All right. But
anything. I don't regret anything. I got my kids. We had a lot of fun. We went on adventures together. We did a lot of serious shit.
15 years is nuts. Like if it's 15 years, it really is just we tried everything and it still did not work out. Like if it's 15 years, it has to be that. Like I feel like by the time 15 years has passed, if you have not tried everything by 15 years, then like what are you doing with your time? Like I would have to imagine that they're just ultimately not compatible. That's it, right? Like ultimately not compatible in the long term. And people change, okay? People change. Yeah.
Shit. She helped me through a lot of serious shit, so I'm actually like really grateful to her in a lot of ways, and I articulated that to her.
Divorce in this econ, I know, right?
I am, if I'm being honest, I'm a little bitter and angry about some aspects of it because I was really ready to like.
That's normal.
I was ready to go for the next like 4 or 5 decades and die.
I mean, for people who have gone through breakups or divorces or whatever, I'm sure this is hitting differently for you guys because you guys are like getting reminded of your own little divorces or breakups or whatever the fuck, or points of almost breakup and shit. So I'm sorry, but you know, this is a slap channel. Too bad. Suck it up. I'm joking. Okay, all right.
With this woman, and she just didn't want that, you know? And I hate being such a fucking stereotype, but I think this statement is true in reference to our relationship, is men marry women expecting that they're not going to change, and
Maybe she stuck it out for as long as she could. Yeah, for the kids. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah.
women marry men expecting that they will change.
I told my mom to divorce like all the time. Like I keep on telling my mom to divorce, but she'll just keep staying in the marriage. Like it's just like oh yeah, well, you know, my little brother is off to college. Like he's currently at UC Davis and shit, right? And then I already went to college and now I'm like out living my own life, right? Like what's to stop you from divorcing my dad? Oh, splitting up the house? Oh, that? Yeah, who cares, right? Like yeah, but I think it's because my dad like literally says like, oh yeah, well I'm gonna fight over the kid and fight over the house. It's like, okay, we're both adults now. Imagine a 7-year-old kid telling his mom to get a divorce. That's me. That's me. I've always told my parents, there are times in which I cried and then I wanted my parents to stay together, but I think that was an immature version of me that does not know the full context of the marriage. But I think that into my teenagerhood at the beginning and at the end of it, I think I've tried to convince them to break up and convince them to divorce, because it was a hell of a lot better than to see them fight every day. Because seeing them fight every day is like very damaging to my psyche. Like it's very clear, like looking back and stuff, like I had to resolve a bunch of trauma and fear, anxiety and stuff. Like a lot of the mental issues I have now, okay, is just as a result of like them fighting every day and them like essentially like beating each other physically every day. Like they would get into physical fights. Like that shit is traumatizing to see, okay? That shit is just straight up traumatizing as fuck to see, okay? So I'm saying this right now, okay? I'm saying this right now. I never want to wish out on anybody. Divorce is objectively better than that. Divorce is objectively better than seeing like a unloving married couple like physically fight with one another. Okay, that shit is traumatizing. Okay, like on God. Okay, so I would rather tell my parents to divorce, like when I was a teenager. Yeah, and I think that but you know, in a way, you know, like my childhood has been a very bittersweet one. Because at the same time of dealing with all these family issues, I also cannot deny. I also cannot deny that it has shaped a significant part of my personality. I think I was forced to grow up a lot faster. Yeah. Zerk, thanks so much for a tier 1. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was forced to grow up a lot faster, just simply because of like the way that my parents acted, like having and then I realized that even as a teenager I was probably more mature than my parents, like emotionally speaking, more mature than my parents. And then like now, like when I'm an adult, like I oftentimes find a lot of 30-year-olds and 40-year-olds more immature than me. Like I don't know, like I feel like I was like forced to grow up really fast. But yeah, that's essentially what I went through. Pretty epic shit. It's awesome stuff. Yeah.
Okay. And so she changed, and I think she would admit that she changed through the course of our relationship, and I didn't. I'm the same guy that in my opinion, I am the same guy that I was when I was 25, 24 when we met. And not only am I the same guy, but I would say that I'm like better in a lot of ways. Like I think.
Is he saying he did not put effort into changing, or is he saying that he is changing for the better? I'm so confused. I'm a little confused. Is he saying that he was stagnant in his like character development growth? Okay, I'll be honest, okay? A 24-year-old is dumb as fuck, okay? Like you're nearing the end of being dumb as fuck, but you're still dumb as fuck, okay? Like there's a lot of dumb fuck 24-year-olds out there. I'm different, okay? I was a smart 24-year-old, okay? But like there's a lot of 24-year-olds out there that are dumb as bricks, okay? You better not be the same person you were when you were 24, typically speaking. Okay, especially if you're like a bravado, masculine, Republican person. Like I would imagine you're not in touch with your feelings or anything, but yeah, and a lot of lack of self-awareness, essentially.
I think I'm calmer. I think I'm nicer. I don't have as stressful as a job. I actually like my job a lot. You know, I think I'm fairly patient. I try to be kind. I'm not kind all the time.
I don't, dude. Okay, I'm seeing some red flags here. Are you guys, is it just me? It's not just me, right? Like, you guys are also seeing the same red flags I am? He is clearly painting himself in a way better light, right? Like he is, like it's very clear to me. Like it's very clear to me he's painting himself in a way better light than his divorcee, right? Like way better. I don't like this. I don't like this. This is not fair. Okay, this is not a fair repainting of I feel like anything. Like I'm sorry.
I can be quite verbally abrasive. I think you guys know that. But anyways, she was just sick of my shit. She was just sick of my autism.
Do not. Oh my God, no! Don't say that, bro. Don't say that. Let me guess. Let me guess. Okay, you would be the kind of motherfucker who would get into fights and you would be like, okay, technically, when I mean this, I am specifically referring to this, and that isn't as a way to hurt your feelings. I'm specifically meaning it as a way to fix this issue, which I am currently acknowledging, but you, like, according to your terminology, is not. Stop. Okay, what if it's because of your autism? Typically, that is copium for saying you're not in touch with your feelings. You don't know how to understand your wife's feelings. You don't know how to like be more self-aware about like, oh, you're too heated right now. You cannot like settle this matter in a manner that is like calm. Like you, like I know this shit. Okay, stop. I know this shit. Okay, I'm a smart person. Okay, fuck you. I know this shit. Okay, I know when guys cope. I know how guys cope. Okay, because I was once a guy. Okay, I know how guys cope. Okay, when a guy says, okay, listen to me. Okay, when a guy says that they're just too autistic, that is copium for I am horrible at explaining my emotions and I am horrible at explaining my partner's emotions. Okay, and I'm horrible at like taking into account the shared emotions. I'm horrible at connecting emotionally. Okay, that is code. That is code word for that. Okay, sorry, you're not autistic. You're just a guy. Okay, like that's not autism. That's just being like that's just having bad relationship skills. Okay.
So she hit me with papers in February. Not very fun. Not gonna lie. I feel like
you're reading into it a little bit. No. Nope. I will be I will be the kind of person to admit if I'm reading into something, but I absolutely promise you, okay, that I think I am pretty confident on shit like this, okay? I am pretty confident. Listen, I have seen enough cases, okay? I have seen enough, okay?
Military and law enforcement, I shit you not. Getting divorced.
Now I believe him, he is autistic. He is autistic, but in this regard, he is not autistic. Okay, that's a very common guy issue. Okay, you have to understand that's a very common guy issue. Okay,
And we just finished this process within the past couple of weeks.
Unless every single guy-girl relationship and the guy's always autistic, I don't believe it. It's just like, no, like not every guy's autistic like that, okay? It's a common guy issue, not a autism issue, okay? But yeah.
Getting divorced
that's a code,
like
okay?
top
Careful.
3
that's a code.
Most tough things I've ever done. And I'm still in the middle of it too. Like the paperwork's done and like the schedule is done, but it's still very hard. And so especially when you think you're going to live and die with someone, you know, like you have like your life on a track, you know, you think that you're going to live and die on this track, and then God or life just kind of throws you a fucking curveball and you're just like, what the fuck, you know? Although I do think God has a pretty fucking strong sense of humor, you know? And so, yeah, he's got a pretty fucked up sense of humor, not going to lie. But anyways, the point is that it wasn't a fidelity issue on my end. It wasn't a fidelity issue on her end. We actually had a pretty rich...
Okay, so there's no cheating, okay? So just to be very clear, there's no cheating, right?
Physical life, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's cheating going on. I think this is just purely, I think this is just purely a compatibility issue. I think this is clearly something where they tried to work out their issues, but it didn't work. Yeah.
For a very long time, it was literally since September that shit got on the rocks. And so, physically, mentally, emotionally, like there were problems before, right?
Sounds like a lot of arguing. I mean, this sounds like a lot of copium, right?
But those problems didn't really stop, you know, us.
I just want to say this again, okay? If Connor has an issue with people covering him, I just want to say that he is the one that's making this public, okay? All right, I'm sorry, but this is the cross that you'll bear, okay? This is the cross that you bear for making your divorce public, okay? You could have handled this in the background, okay? Genuinely, you could have handled this in the background. Privacy is not an issue, whatever, okay? But you just had to do it, okay? So now I have to too, okay?
From being physical or us having fun or us going on adventures and all that kind of stuff, and so. Yeah. So anyways.
What kind of gacha do you play? I play I play Zenless before. I'm taking a break from it. I play I play Arknights seldomly, which is Enfield seldomly, and I play CZN. Chaos Zero Nightmare. Yeah. Now that is like one of the best fucking roguelikes. Absolute cinema, hands up, okay? Just simply, sorry, I mean gacha, because it's a gacha roguelike, but it's really well designed, okay? I hate the character design, but it is really well designed, okay? Like in terms of gameplay loop.
Fucking up the segment right now, but that's okay. This is something serious that I probably needed to tell you guys for a while. I wanted to get through it first. So if you're like, hey, Connor, you kind of alluded to the fact that the wife was getting a different schedule. You kind of alluded to the fact that things were changing, but you didn't really tell us what was going on. It's because I wanted to get through it first. You know, I didn't want to tell you guys and then like fucking crash out.
You're not through it yet though, right? Like just to be very clear, like he is not through it yet, right?
I wanted to like hold my shit relatively together, get through it, and then tell you, right? So that's kind of why I kept it close to the chest. So anyways, just to share a little bit of the dynamic.
Yeah, I agree.
It's amicable as it can be, you know? Like obviously like a breakup is never fun, and especially when you have kids, it's a little bit tough because you still have to see each other, right? You still have to see each other. So like you still see each other at fucking drop off and pick up and all that kind of shit. And so you see, and I hope my wife finds this funny, ex-wife finds this funny. You know, she was supposed to like divorce me and get uglier, you know?
Wait,
she
what?
was supposed to divorce me and get uglier so I could be like, you know, don't need that lady. She dodged a bullet, you know, F.
Okay. It was just a joke, right? Like, oh yeah, jokingly saying like, haha, like, what if I got uglier so then you wouldn't be attracted to me, right? Okay.
That broad, blah, 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 blah.
Just to be very clear, CounterPoints divorcee, okay? Like CounterPoints divorcee is pretty. Like she is pretty. Mrs. Points is pretty, okay? Like yeah.
She was supposed to get uglier so I could talk shit about her. And she got prettier. Which is very annoying. But I also, you know, started working out and, you know,
he's never gonna get over her. It's over, dude. It's over.
Taking care of myself a little bit better than, you know, happens when you're running an entire family. So like I've benefited physically as well. So, you know, that's why I'm gonna make an OnlyFans.
What?
But anyways,
joke.
So I thought about it. It's like, do I want to do a slutty phase?
Hey, you know what? If you started OnlyFans, I support it, okay? But you gotta take back all the things that you have said about women in the past, okay? If you started an OnlyFans, I'm all for it, but you gotta come to Jesus moment about all the shit you've said about women, about how whorish they are, about how womanly they are, about how slutty they are. Like, you have to listen to me, okay? All right? It's fine if you do this, okay? But I'm just saying you're a misogynist. You're a misogynist, and I better hear you, like take back some of the shit you've said, okay? That's all I'm saying. You know? Okay? Yeah.
Because arguably, I'm in my prime in a lot of ways. Like, obviously, my neck is fucked up. My back's fucked up. I got PTSD. I'm copped out, all that kind of shit. But
oh yeah, PTSD will really fuck with the relationship.
Like, yeah. I have a cool job. I have a cool life. I have, you know, a lot of things going for me. I have ambitions. I'm not totally ugly. Could I get out there and do like a slutty phase? And
what?
The answer is...
Okay, are you actually seriously considering this, or is this a joke? I'm so confused. Wait, he's actually seriously... Wait, is he actually considering it? He is.
The answer is no.
What?
All right. And so...
yeah, I guess.
I did download the dating apps because basically, even though this entire process like wrapped up within the past few weeks, like I said, I haven't been intimate with anybody since September of last year, and I knew this entire process was coming. And so basically I was like, well, I'm going to check out the dating apps to see what's up, you know, especially as we were getting towards the tail end of the process. And so I spent some time on the dating apps. And so Bud123, I actually do feel like I got a decent vibe for the dating apps. And so that's where my advice is coming from, is literally 2 weeks on the dating apps, because no offense to people who use them. And if you use them and you get dates and all that kind of stuff, awesome. Like seriously, good for you. Use the technology that you have in order to date. But what I found is that it effectively took the metaphorical sexual marketplace
Just so you guys know, remember to donate, okay? Like the stream first, okay? Like the stream, but remember to donate, okay? I cannot do this without you guys, okay? Keep that part in mind. Thank you.
And it made it very literal, okay? It made it very, very, very literal. So I'm going to go on a yap about the dating apps real quick. So bear in mind, I only have, you're like, which dating app? No, I didn't see my ex on the dating app. Weirdly enough, I saw some friends.
I'm a guy. Hey, Zerk, thank you so much for the 5 gifted Foodshops memberships. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I super duper appreciate that. Very kind of you to do. I do. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. He's talking himself into making a Tinder. Why not? You might as well fuck around, right?
Weirdly
Like if you're getting divorced, at least like whatever.
enough, I saw a couple of friends. No, we're not getting a pile arc. I'm going to talk about that. And actually,
again, Zerk, thank you so much. Okay, W Zerk, okay.
I'm going to put a nice wholesome bow.
You're gonna put a what? A hole? A what?
On
Sorry.
the end of this. Okay. But let me tell you my experience with the dating apps real quick. Fuck it. I'll go full camera.
He'll introduce himself at every first day as, "Hi, I'm your future husband," and give them a firm handshake. That would be the most Connor thing to do. Yeah.
Hinge, Bumble,
that would be the most
and all of the dating apps.
Oh my
that
god, dude, I
were
can't.
Serious dating apps where they market themselves as like designed to be deleted, you know, where they marketed themselves as the adult place. I think they are oftentimes female oriented. And so I'm trying to go back and give Bud 123 sincere advice. My experience on Bumble or Hinge, I forget which one, and especially because I put myself in as a 38-year-old, is the basically women that were auto-filtered for me were women who were looking for a serious relationship. They were looking for their husband. And so what happened is
Well, yeah, right? Like, you have to keep in mind at your age, right? You have to keep in mind at your specific age, right? People are only looking for serious relationships. Ain't nobody hooking up anymore. Ain't nobody being a youngster, 20-year-old, like, fucking around, okay? They have fucked around their entire life, okay? They're probably other divorcees, to be honest. But, they'll be looking for serious shit. But you have to keep in mind that you're 60. You're like 50-something, right? Like, yeah, like, of course. Like, just like, yeah.
swiped and
How old is Counter? He's like 50s at least.
swiped and swiped and swiped and swiped and swiped and swiped. And truth be told, I denied I did not swipe on a lot of people, but I swept through all the profiles that I had gotten. And within 2 weeks, try Grindr. Yeah, I'll be very popular
2 weeks.
on Grindr.
That is true. That's true. He would be very popular on Grindr. I mean, I'm just speaking facts here. Okay, I'm just speaking facts here. I'm just saying he would. Yep.
But on Hinge and Bumble, I found that the people who were swiping on me for 1,000 swipes, there would be one mutual that I was actually interested in going out on a date with. And then you started the text conversation. And then for the one person that I would actually be physically interested in, there were 3 or 4 people who, no offense, like, I'm really not trying to be that rude, but they swiped on me and I was like, nah, like overweight, missing teeth, probably smoked cigarettes, looked like they shopped at Walmart. And I'm not trying to be too judgmental about it, because
I don't think he is being too judgmental about it. Just mainly because I think everybody does this. Like, everybody does the thing where they look at the people who like them and they're always like, you're like, oh, I'm against fat shaming. I'm against whatever. That's not true. Like, you yourself discriminate against these things all the time yourself. Like, this is normal to discriminate against whatever, if that's not your type, right? But yeah,
obviously, you can't control everything the way that you look. But let's just say that if we were at a bar, I would not have been trying to pick them up. You know what I'm saying? So anyways,
when I'm on the app, I'm not too picky. Oh, I'm ultra picky. I'm ultra picky, okay?
Found that the Hinge experience,
please don't judge me,
the Bumble experience, actually really discouraging because of
fuck Hinge. I try not a single match, man. I don't know what it is about Hinge, but Hinge is unhinged. Okay, I don't know. They have everything down to a T, but then it's nothing. It's what the fuck? Is there something wrong with my profile? Then maybe it's because they want me to pay, and that's the only way. It's so stupid.
That thing, right? And so,
But then on Tinder it's a completely different story. On Tinder it's like very clear to see that people really like you. It's like, okay, no.
I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. And then also with like the one person that I was actually interested in going on a date with, it happened 2 or 3 times. But what would happen is for the people who weren't bots, we had like a texting combo for a little bit, and then the conversation just kind of dialed off. And I would ask a direct question of like, hey, do you want to go get coffee? Do you want to do this? And they would kind of give me a non-answer. And so eventually I was just like, like they're either talking to other dudes and they have more interesting prospects.
That's rough.
Or they're
That's
just
rough.
not interested. Like maybe I tripped a red flag or a yellow flag for them.
That's rough.
Or whatever. And so
That's
for
rough.
whatever reason, they're not expressing the level of interest that I have in them back to me. And so I'm not going to dump a ton of energy into trying to like win their affection because that feels cringe and gay. So I stopped doing that. Then with...
I kind of want to see Connor's profile. Do you think Connor should like put up his profile? Like they found his streams. I mean, on my profiles, like I want to be as open and clear as possible that I am a content creator. And if you cannot like, if you don't know how to handle, like you know, being in a relationship with a content creator and like if you cannot handle that, like you are proceeding so at your own risk. And I literally say that it's not for everyone. Like I literally say on my profile that like if you don't think it's for you, then it's not for you. Okay, clear us. All right, because I would hate to invest time into you only to find out that you are not compatible with the way that I do things. So that I make that point extremely clear on the upfront, okay? But I have no idea. How Counter does it, but in my opinion, it's necessary. But yeah.
Tinder, the reason
if you want to seriously date, okay? But yeah.
Why, weirdly enough, I recommend Tinder over Hinge and Bumble is I know that it has the reputation of a hookup app, but the truth is that everybody's on Tinder. And what I mean by that is like every kind of person is on Tinder.
Yeah, you get more of a variety. Exactly. And even if somebody is like hooking up and stuff, I mean, typically speaking, like these people are also single. If they fall in love with you, then they fall in love with you. Simple as, right?
So there's like fine as fuck babe gold diggers who are looking for people to take them out and spend tons of money on them.
Okay.
They're
like, I would guess that is normal. I would guess that is normal for people his age, right? Like, because I imagine that if you're a woman at his age who is single, I would probably be a little suspicious, right?
There's super attractive chicks who are looking either for like a hot hookup or they're looking for their husband. Then there's medium attractive chicks who have personalities and they show off their personalities on Tinder because like the first picture, I swear to God, I could give dating advice based off of 2 weeks on the dating apps. First picture is their face. Awesome. And they have a pretty face. Second picture is a body shot.
My first picture is my face. Okay, I'm pretty sure my first. God, I uninstalled Tinder, but like I'm trying to like remember what I put on there. I think the first picture is my face.
And therefore, you can kind of vibe on whether or not you're physically attracted to them based off of the first and second picture. Third and fourth picture are aspects of their personality. Maybe they ride horses.
Maybe, you know what would be fun? Is that if I reinstall Tinder just to take screenshots for you guys and then uninstall it again, because fuck that app, and then I just show it to you guys, okay? I can show you guys my dating profile. But
they shoot guns. Maybe they go fishing. Maybe they do something like that.
It's a good fucking profile, okay?
And typically they'll post their interesting pictures, third, fourth, fifth picture. And so as a result, you get a vibe for who they are. And so basically like what I found, sorry Bud123 to be giving you advice off of 2 weeks of dating, but what I found was that
the modern dating market is pretty bleak. It's pretty bleak, man.
Basically, like you can make an instinctive judgment about whether or not you're going to be attracted to somebody and if it's a relationship worth pursuing within a few seconds of staring at somebody.
No. Wait, what? Why does he think this? Okay, I thought he was gonna say like, oh, within a few minutes of chatting with someone, maybe you can argue that. But bro, you think you know how to work out issues by looking at someone? You think you can predict someone's like? You think you can predict someone's like way of communicating off of talking? Like off of looking at their pic, it just makes no sense.
But as a result of that, you really have to like looks max and profile max your own shit, you know? So you have to post a face picture that looks like a good angle of your face because you're trying to get people to click on your shit. Then your second picture, in my opinion, needs to be like a body picture. It doesn't have to be naked. It doesn't have to be half naked, but it has to be a photo of you so people can get a vibe for your body to see if they want to see you naked. And then third, fourth, and fifth picture, in my opinion, because face is the first thing we're going to recognize, body is going to be the second thing we recognize, and then third, fourth, and fifth, it needs to be personality pictures. What do you do for fun? What are you interested in? All that kind of stuff. And of course, there's like,
hold on, let me just check. Let me check my own dating profile, okay? Fuck it. I'm pretty sure I posted my own Tinder. I'll post a little bit on my own old Tinder up there.
like bios that you can link, but people are only going to read your bios if you make it past the face picture and the body picture.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Face picture,
So
body
anyways,
picture.
So I did go, just being very honest with my experience, I did not only find somebody who was pretty enough that I was interested in them, but we did go on a couple of dates, and she was cool. She was a social worker. She worked at a local hospital. She
Social worker, liberal, it's over.
Worked in the behavioral unit, and she was, but not maybe the behavioral unit, I forget. But she was basically like a care coordinator for poor people. Don't feel sad. It's fine. I'll tell you the good things in a minute. I'll tell you the good things in a minute. But I'm working up to the good things. Okay. And trust me, I'll tell you about my split and the dynamics of the split. But let me get through the dating. New kid incoming? Not yet. Not yet. And probably not gonna have a new kid, but I'll tell you why in a second. I'm not sending people dick pics. No. So the care coordinator, her job is actually like if there's somebody at the hospital and they come back to the hospital within 30 days.
You should probably keep your dating life private, like a little bit more private than this. I just want to say that. I really don't think you should be talking about it like this much. I don't know, man. Like, I don't know, man.
Then
this is a bit too much, man.
Effectively, the hospital gets like a statistical mark against them because they didn't give them sufficient medical or social support.
Okay, you realize we can track her down now, right? Like, you have given us enough information. The anti-fans of Steven, okay, they are crazy, okay? They will find out, okay? They will find out, all right? They will find out. Okay, I'm sorry, but this is not, you shouldn't be talking this many you are being a dick, okay? You know what you're being a dick, okay? To whatever girl that you're seeing right now, you're being a dick, okay? And I don't mean the good kind, I mean the bad kind, okay?
In order to avoid ending up getting re-hospitalized. So her job was not only to coordinate the medical care for people afterwards, but also to basically coordinate their like social support afterwards to make sure that they weren't re-hospitalized. And so while the medical care system is kind of fucked up, she was doing a really cool job within the medical care system. And so, you know, she was pretty, she had tattoos, she worked in the medical care field, she was...
Wait, now you're okay with tattoos? It just causes some, like, it just requires someone to be down bad to get down with the liberals? What the fuck? Have you told her yet that you would vote for JD Vance over Gavin Newsom?
Was really kind. She
Insane,
was a good person.
by the way.
She was a good person overall. But
Insane,
basically, after a couple of weeks and a couple of dates, she wasn't interested in pursuing the relationship because basically I hit one of her yellow flags, and that triggered a red flag for her.
What was the yellow flag? What was the yellow flag? What was the yellow flag? Wait, please specify. Please specify. I'm scared as fuck to talk about my personal life. That's understandable. Who divorced who? His wife is divorcing him. And here's the segment where I talk about my hinge matches like they're Pokemon. I mean, like everybody does, like, to be fair, right? Like everybody who goes through like a dating arc will talk about their hinge matches or Tinder matches like Pokemon, right? Like, this is everybody.
And she expressed this like very emotionally, intelligently to me.
You mean normally?
And so I'm not mad. I'm not mad at all. She did a great job communicating the thing that I stepped on her toes, which by the way, like to me, it wasn't a big deal, but to her, it was a big deal. And so as a result, I just triggered, something that
You think that like maybe that is an issue? Like you don't view it as a like something that you should be improving on, or
was from her past that didn't really work for her. And so as a result, she was like, hey, had a lot of fun, but this isn't for me. And I was like, okay, that's fine. So bear in mind, this has all been very recent. Everything that I'm describing to you has happened.
Yeah, okay, maybe you shouldn't mention that part, okay? Maybe you shouldn't mention that part, okay? Now they'll look for articles specifically in the last few months, okay?
Within the past month or so.
Like really a hospital that is insert specified situation here that is easily Googleable, easily AIable, easily tracked down. It just takes some internet sleuthing of like the easiest kind in order to find out. Really? Really?
So after that,
okay.
Funnily enough, I'm going to get into the things that I'm going to describe where I'm at right now, and then I'm going to describe the familial dynamic. So I know it's kind of weird to prioritize my dating life over my familial dynamic, but the familial dynamic more has to do with logistics that's going to affect you guys. So I'm going to describe my current dating situation before I continue. So
what do you mean?
Since it didn't work out with the Orlando Health social worker, who was very nice, and we had a great time, but I just wasn't her guy, and she might not have been my gal, so that's okay.
Bro, I'm like cringing so hard from all of this. I don't know, man. I'm actually just, oh man, this is a challenge. It's a hurdle.
I remembered somebody who was local, who weirdly enough, this is going to be like kind of wholesome. So I want you guys to put on your wholesome pants, and I want Solidus to stop being depressed real quick. So my first girlfriend ever, and I want to describe that to you real quick. I moved from Belgium I moved from Boston to Florida, Florida to Belgium, Belgium to Texas, Texas to Florida. Okay. Beef Supreme. Literally the opening of this rant is that the Mrs. Points and I split. So rewind about 20 minutes and you'll get caught up. Okay. So,
he's really getting a divorce. Yeah. Yes.
What ended up happening was I remembered that she was local. So hold on. Texas to Florida. So there was this girl that when I was 15, literally 15, we went out on a couple of dates, but we were 15, so we didn't do anything. We probably kissed like 2 or 3 times. We went to this place, Orlando people might literally remember it, but there was this place called Rock Haven, And Rock Haven is a place where like teenagers go to booty dance to music that's way too loud. And we went there when we were like 14 or 15 and we booty danced. And I was like, this is...
What? Okay, you describe things in a very weird way, my man. You are such a boomer, okay? Like, you are, you have, like, because you're putting it in these terms, you make it sound a lot weirder, okay? Like you sound out of touch, my man. You sound out of touch. I'll be honest. You just sound out of touch, okay? Like,
way too vulgar for my conservative Christian upbringing.
Oh, God. Get me out.
But we had a good time. And so we had a good time, but I didn't have a car. And so my parents were driving. Yeah. My parents were driving me to her house. First you're married and now you are divorced. That one guy was right. You're so inconsistent. Okay, I hope that's a reference.
True.
So anyways, so my parents were driving me over to her house to take her out on a date. And what ended up happening was I was embarrassed that my parents kept having to drive me. And she lived...
Who cares? You were 15 at the time, right?
Like 20 minutes away. So since I was so embarrassed of being driven to her house, I was like, hey, I don't think this is going to work. But what's funny about that is I got her earrings for Christmas.
Okay.
And she still has...
I thought he stole it because he might have done some freak shit.
The earrings, which is hilarious because like 20 years later, she still has the earrings. So anyways, so I realized that she was local and I DM'd her and I was like, hey, I know this is like a shot in the dark. We haven't talked in like 20 years. Are you still with your husband? Because she was married. And like, I knew that she was married. Her husband actually went to my high school. But like I'd seen her at the grocery store and I thought she was cute. And so I DM'd her and I was like, hey, you know, are you still married? Whatever, blah, 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 total shot in the dark. Like, are you still local? Are you still married? And she was like, no, actually, I got divorced about 6 years ago. Still got my kids. We're still raising our kids together. We're still split, et cetera, but I'm local. And so basically I was like, okay, are you single? And there was like a little dance around that where like she was trying to, I think she was trying to figure out if I was trying to cheat on my wife or not, because like all my social media was still like, you know, pictures of the family and picture of me and the wife and picture of this. And I'm not going to delete any of those pictures. That's a part of me. That's a part of my life. That's a part of my history. And so, you know, she was trying to figure out if I was trying to cheat on my wife. And I was like, no. You know, wife and I split. You know, we're going through it, but you know, we're getting through the end.
Wait, hold on. Red flag. Hold on, real quick. I don't think you should be looking for a relationship this fast after a divorce. I don't think you're not even through the divorce yet and you're already looking for, have you processed it? You sound torn up over it, but like you're bringing in baggage. You're bringing in baggage, right? And we're talking about divorce. Like this isn't just like breaking up with a regular relationship, right? Yeah, the sheets are still warm. Exactly. Are you thinking about her or are you thinking about yourself? Are you thinking about her or are you thinking about yourself, right? Like this all sounds way too early. Yeah, this sounds way too early. You haven't even processed it. Like I feel like you're just not learning your lesson maybe. Like how many times do you have to teach you, old man? Like you're not, you know,
process and blah, 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 blah. And so I would like
looking for people in the past. No, there's nothing wrong with looking for people in the past. Okay. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Like, especially if you still find them attractive, right? But like, you just gotta know like whether or not you're doing the right thing.
like to take you out on a date. And so she said yes. And she is pretty.
Okay.
I like her face.
Okay.
I like other aspects of her. I'm not trying to be vulgar, but I do like other aspects of her, and I've expressed those things to her.
Sure.
She's very nice.
Okay.
And she also does a very noble profession.
Okay.
Okay. She works with, and I joked about this multiple times, she works with severely autistic children. So she's
You know, Connor, I'm pretty sure counselors are not allowed to date their clients. I'm not sure if that's ethical, my man.
She's a behavioral specialist in the local school system. And so her job is to work with like severely autistic kids. And I'm not talking about like you.
Sorry.
I'm not talking about like chat. I'm talking about like kids who like piss themselves, shit themselves, don't have the ability to communicate, don't have the ability to sit.
Sorry. That's obviously tragic. Okay, that's not funny. But Connor, that's how I feel.
Throw tantrums, throw things, fling things, and all that kind of stuff. And she works with them every single day. And so her days are kind of rough, but she loves it. Okay. And not only does she love it,
you made it,
but
yes, you did.
She has a very like noble spirit about this. And I'm gonna tell you like a story.
Yeah, that's fine.
The joke, I will say the joke eventually. Okay. As a matter of fact, I'll just say it. Her dealing with severely autistic people every single day is like, gonna be a boon to our relationship.
Said it as a joke, man. I said it as a joke, man. She's not here to fix you. She's not here to fix you, okay? You realize that, right? I hope that you're not going into it with unresolved issues hoping that she'll fix you. Like, okay, you better not mean that. Okay, whatever. Bro, don't push your problems onto other people, please, okay?
She literally deals with severely autistic kids every single day, so my level of autism is fine. It's perfect. You know, I have the fun autism. She works with autistic people all day. Perfect match. Oh shit. So anyways,
okay.
Everybody in chat gets it. Yeah. So.
Wait, is he in a relationship? I feel like he's the one defining the relationship aspect, right? But like, does she see it as a relationship? Is this like mutually agreed upon? Like, I'm so confused. Like, yeah, I guess I'm just confused. Like, who's calling it a relationship here? I don't think. Careful, okay?
Oh, so. Weirdly enough, we
He probably means future relationship, okay? Like, I whenever somebody talks like this, I always assume future relationship. Like, they're typically talking about they're typically talking about the future relationship.
sat there because we did go on a date recently, and we went to like a local tea house, local sandwich joint, you know, all that kind of stuff. And she has tattoos. I have tattoos, so we're just talking.
Okay, so he has tattoos too. So even though he's a conservative, he still has tattoos. Okay, all right, that's not typical, but you know,
Yeah, but
whatever.
she's a smart girl.
Although to be fair, a lot of neo-Nazis and like far right people have tattoos. Okay, like you have to be like a really tradcon person. But I always assumed that like CounterPoints was always like very tradcon, but whatever.
She's a very smart girl, and she has her master's, and she works in the school system, and she doesn't make that much money, but she has this like really noble job. And I love her noble job. And I want to tell you a little bit more because I'm crushing a little bit on some of this stuff. So I asked her because like for me, like working with like autistic people or working with R slurs, like developmentally disabled people, it's very
Oh, he's using R slurs now. I wonder if that change came from like being with her. Oh no.
noble, but it's also very tough because with law enforcement,
I still think you should be allowed to say retard. I just don't think it's a big deal. Even parents with like, even parents with this, like with disabled kids will still probably call people stupid, right? Like whatever.
you can like take them on, but then you pass them off to somebody else, you know? So that already is incredibly stressful. And so taking them on and then passing them off to
Sounds like he's putting this lady on too much of a pedestal. Okay, to be very fair, okay, when you're in the very beginning of like a relationship phase kind of thing, like honeymoon phase, whatever, I think that's normal, okay? I think that's normal. But I think that eventually down the line, I think you need to be mature enough to realize that they are their own person, okay? Because when it is the first, when they disappoint you for the first time, you better expect that. Okay? You better expect the fact that they disappoint you for the first time, because that's coming, okay? When you put the other person on the pedestal too much, you're not prepared for the first time that they disappoint you, okay? Because that would mark the first time a major disappointment comes in, or a major like, I'm kind of irritated by you a little bit too much or whatever the fuck, right? That is when you know the honeymoon phase is over, okay? That's when you have to actually start putting in a lot of effort, okay? All right, in order to make it a long sustaining relationship.
Somebody else is incredibly stressful. She's the person that they're getting passed off to. She's the person who has the ultimate end result. And so, well, she uses the R slur too, so don't worry about it.
Okay. Okay. Well, I mean, that's normal, okay? Just because someone is a social worker doesn't mean that they're not edgy. If anything, the most edgiest normies I've ever seen are the therapists that I've seen. Yeah, like the most edgy normies are the people who are most responsible about mental health related shit. Yeah, that's normal, I think.
Not in reference to her kids, okay? Not in reference to her kids. In reference to
because any mature person, just to be very clear, any mature person knows how to differentiate between a joke and a serious insult, okay? Any mature person should be able to differentiate that. If they're not able to differentiate that, red flag, okay?
me. So anyways, I was like, why do you do it? You know, like there's piss and shit and blood and biting and screaming and all this horrible shit.
Okay.
Why do you do it? You know, like how do you keep doing this?
I don't think that's an insensitive question, okay? Like that, I feel like that's just the reality of the profession. Like, just to be very clear, I do think that's a reality of the profession. Like if you're passionate about helping people, if you're passionate about like whatever, you have to acknowledge that like it's not about just the greatness of it and whatever. Like it's also about like the tough parts, right? Like especially if you're used to it.
Sounds so fucking tough. And so she's like, because I will work with a kid on a behavior for like months, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And so I will literally have a kid.
You see the Abba Lauren Destiny clip? I will go through his VOD after this.
Cannot can't like sign that they want for help, right?
Okay.
And so they literally like they will throw things, grab things, fucking smash things, piss themselves, shit themselves, bite people, trying to get attention because they have a problem, right?
Okay.
And so if you can help them communicate their problems, it can totally change the trajectory of their life. So for instance, she brought up that there was this kid kid, you know, tantrums, pissing, shitting, all that stuff. And she, after working with this kid for months, was able to get him to sign that he needs help. Okay. And so as a result of getting him to be able to sign, like go to a place, instead of throwing a tantrum, going to a place, sitting down in a designated place, and then signing that he needs help, they basically cut down on like a substantial amount of the negative behaviors. Like the pissing, the shitting, the biting, the fighting, all that kind of stuff. All of that's been chopped by like 90% because this kid can ask for help. And not only does that like bring a wholesome tear to my eye, but we also talked about it from a law enforcement perspective. Because if that person becomes an adult and they're shitting and pissing themselves and biting people and throwing tantrums and all that kind of stuff, when you're doing that as a child, people will go out of their way to help you because you're a child. But when you're an adult, you could get fucking shot for doing that. And so she sees her job as so necessary and beautiful and cool because she is the person who makes that difference in their life. And so she will deal with the biting, the pissing, the shitting, the fighting, the screaming, the throwing furniture, the weird threats, the outbursts, and the tantrums, because she knows that she gets to have that impact. And I just think that's so admirable, like truly admirable, separate from any relationship that I have with her. And so basically that's my deep admiration. And so we were going over tattoos. We got some food, we got some sandwiches, we got some tea, we were hanging out, we were yapping. And then I'm kind of taking this as a sign from God, you know, that this is just who I'm supposed to talk to and who I'm supposed to date at this point in my life. So she has a tattoo of a starfish on her wrist. Okay. And she says, have you ever heard the story of the starfish? And I was like, hold on, because this is one of my two favorite parables ever. I think I've told you guys this multiple times. And I was like, I'm going to describe the parable of the starfish, excuse me. And if you say
Wait, is the rest of this just yapping about like how much this is getting annoying? Like if the rest of this is just like him yapping about like his new date, I'm not interested. Yeah. I understand. Okay. I understand you're excited. Okay. But this is frankly, I don't care. Okay. I'm sorry, but I don't care. Like, yeah. A sign from God. Just to be very clear, okay? Like, I think we all do this thing where we're like, oh my God, could this be a sign? Like I'm a very non-religious person, okay? I'm a very like science is everything person. But like sometimes things happen and I'm like, oh wow, I feel lucky, right? But then, you know, what I say is lucky, other people may interpret that as a sign from God. It's like, okay, you know, potato, whatever, man. But at the same time, I'm like, you know, I don't know, this is like crazy lucky, but at the same time, it's like, okay, maybe it's not. Whatever, man. It's just,
this is the parable. Like, that's going to blow my fucking mind off. Like
I've never thought anything was a sign. Oh, okay. I mean, then you're just then you're just kind of like that, I guess. But for me, I'm a little different.
I'm just going to have my entire mind blown. So obviously I've told you guys this before.
Hold on. You guys know that I'm a very deeply rooted in reality kind of person, right? Like you guys already know that about me, right? Like, oh yeah, this is probably what's likely happening, survivor's bias, blah, 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 right? Hold on. Where is it? Oh, have I ever showed you guys? Have I ever showed you guys my my tarot card deck? Here, this is my tarot card deck. Okay. So like, you know, part of like living in reality is also not taking things too seriously, okay? Part of living in reality also means having fun, okay? I think that you don't need to look too deeply into these readings or whatever, okay? But at the same time, like, I would hate for it to ruin the fun, okay? Like, I would hate for it to, like, not mean anything. Like, I want things, like, I like shit like this because it's just fun. That's it, okay? But, like, yeah, I'm a very big like, oh yeah, things are rooted in reality type shit. But like, here, I own a deck of tarot cards, right? Yeah, whatever, man. Yeah, just doing tarot and astrology for fun is more like LARPing. Partially, yeah, I'll say so. But like, I hope, like, I wouldn't say it's LARPing in the bad sense. Like, I think it's fun. Yeah, but I do know in reality, I do actually know in reality that when you can bend the meanings of the cards to specific things, you're able to make any meaning out of any card, right? Like this is how like diviners would like kind of get people, right? Like this is how a lot of scammers would do things, right? Like they would be like, oh my god, look, I can predict everything or whatever. It's like you know you're someone, you know someone in your life named Jim. Let me guess, you have a sibling. And let me guess, you have trouble in your life with that sibling, right? Like you like they say very general things that applies to literally fucking everyone, and that's how they get you. But no, I think it's fun. I just think it's fun. I think it's neat. Okay, you don't have to be into it, okay? But like, come on, anime tarot cards, okay? The art is super fucking sick, okay? Like the art is just sick. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. The lovers. Look at this shit. You tell me that this isn't sick ass art. Like, look at this shit. I don't know. It's great. There's people who actually believe in magical thinking. I mean, I don't believe in magical thinking, okay? But I like thinking that there is fate, okay? I like thinking that there might be something like fate, right? This is all part of being agnostic, okay? This is all part of being agnostic, all right? Is that at the same time of me not believing in anything, it's whimsical, it's fun, okay? Like you're allowed to have fun, right? Like I just don't think it's that big of a deal. I just don't think so, okay? Like I really don't think it's that big of a deal. But you know, I've had this, you know, so yeah. I've talked about this on my server before. Yeah, I've talked about this deck, but yeah. Bro, okay, do you see magical rocks in the background? Do you really see magical rocks in the background? Do you see magical rocks? Do you see magical rocks? Is there any magical rocks? No, okay? It's just this, okay? Yeah, turns out that I'm not extreme, okay? But I am absolutely, okay? Like, still, like, I like to have fun, okay? Like, bro, okay, you guys are no fun. You guys must be so fun at parties. Great stuff, okay? I'm so glad you guys have such a rich life, like, amazing, okay? No fun, man. Just literally no fun. Fuck me, whatever, man. Like, you think like I just stopped putting effort into a relationship because the card said so? You think like I'm about to like buy like 500,000 Nvidia stocks because the card says so? I'm not that kind of person. Like I'm doing it because like I like the whimsical aspect of it, okay? That's it.